Recording live from Fox City is your one and only host, Violet Shu, also known as Hex Phase. What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to be talking about the one, the only University California Institute of the Arts, also known as CaLARTS. And today's video is going to be how not to be a student at CaLARTS. So yeah, let's get into it. So first off, I'd like to say a quick disclaimer. I am not affiliated really with the school anymore. I have friends who go there and my significant other still goes there. But they don't know about this video. Like, I'm not saying that I'm for them or against them. This is just kind of a how to survive video based off trial and error from yours truly. So yeah, enjoy this video. It's going to be in two parts. The first part, which I'm filming right now and am going to be posting this disclaimer on, is the one and only how to be a student at CaLARTS, generalized studentry. But the second video is going to be music school specific because I got accepted for music composition and then later transferred to experimental pop music, which was the biggest mistake of my life. But yeah, here we go. So we're going to break it down into 5 points. I know I'm raising both hands and that looks like 10, but it's actually just 5 main points that I think will be helpful for new students and people who want to succeed at CaLARTS. So here's the generalized student 5 points that I'm going to be talking about. Point number 1, do not skip classes unnecessarily. Now, what do I mean by unnecessarily? Obviously, there's going to be days that you have, you're struggling with your mental health, you don't feel so good, either physically or emotionally, or you're just having a bad day. And in my opinion, those are all valid. Make sure you email your professor, teacher, however you want to call him, and let them know that you're not going to be attending class. Otherwise, you will be marked down as, absent without a cause or whatever. And trust me, the school's very lenient about this. Like, they're one of the more chill schools. But still, you want to show some respect to your professors because you may need them later down the road when you're trying to break into the industry and someone is like, you need recommendations. And if you've blown off all your professors, how are you going to get a professional recommendation if you haven't worked in the field yet? But another reason not to skip your classes is if you haven't done the homework. That was my biggest problem. I would not do homework because I struggle with homework and I struggle with leaving things to the last minute and then getting super anxious about it and then not doing it at all and then skipping class because I don't want to be embarrassed. So do your homework is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's difficult. Your TA is more than willing to talk to you. I know in the music school, the TAs were really chill and they really wanted to help. There's also, for theory and skills, there's the study hall every Thursday night before gallery night that you could go to. But yeah, make sure you do your homework and don't skip classes unnecessarily. Second main point. All right, we got this one. This is do not mess up your critical studies units. This is especially important for people like me at the time who did not have any AP units from high school and needed to start all over with Gen Ed. So, critical studies is CaLART's version of general education. Now, most universities, colleges, you get your Gen Eds out of the way in the first 2 years, or if you go to community college, you do it there and then transfer into junior year at a university in which you don't have to do any Gen Eds. CaLARTS is a little different because they space it out so you take a little bit every single semester that you're there. I think 4th year you don't really have to take any, but I know up until 3rd year you do. If you were behind like me, you'd probably be taking it till your last semester. But what I'm trying to say is these classes are really important to CaLARTS. You may hate them. I know I hated a good majority of my critical studies classes, but if you mess up your units, they will put you on probation. Critical studies is very important to CaLARTS, and if you keep messing that up and you keep getting no credits or skipping class or not turning in your assignments, you will fail that class and you will be put on academic probation. And then you'll be bye-bye. That's a tip and trick. Do not mess up if there's anything you don't want to mess up, it's your critical studies classes. Third part, do not get your accommodations if you qualify for them. Okay, so story time. I've had a 504 plan since middle school. And that has really, really helped me be successful in school. So for some odd reason, I thought in college I wouldn't need it anymore. I'm like, I'm an adult. I can handle classes. I can handle this. And the truth is, I can handle them. I just need a little help because I have ADHD. So yeah, if you know that you need accommodations, you should meet with an accommodations officer in the student life office. The woman there is super sweet. I don't know if I'm allowed to name her, but she's awesome and I love her so much. And she really helped me and was a big advocate. But you go in, you have your letter from your therapist or psychiatrist saying that you need accommodations, or whichever doctor that you get. If it's a physical ailment, then you'll get a letter from like a physician. You give it to her, and then you guys work out what would be best. So for me, I got it second semester, first year, and that really messed me up. I should have gotten it first semester because that would have really helped me. But yeah, you'll be like late. You can turn in assignments late if you're like me and you can't focus that well, or, you know, extended time on tests, preferential seating, although the seating in CaLARTS is sit wherever you want. It's especially for tests for me, I need to sit by myself. But yeah, get your accommodations if you qualify for them. Fourth important part, do not neglect your mental health. So college is super stressful. It may seem super fun at first, but if you're going to art school, it's competitive. You're going to see people who you think are smarter than you, people who you think have more together than you. Like there's a whole bunch of things that may make it seem like you're not the best out there, but trust me, you're the best out there. Motivational speaking hours, but you are the best out there for yourself at least, and you need to treat yourself like you're the best out there. I'm not saying be a narcissist and think you're better than everyone else, but you got into the school, you must be talented. The teachers must see something in you. That's why you got in. So don't neglect your mental health. And I'm not saying you have to think like me. I'm just saying if you have a bad day, you're not feeling great, you know, maybe you have mental health issues like I do, and, you know, it's harder for you to do things on a day-to-day basis. There are therapists at the school there's two, I think you can go to them twice for free, and then after that, I think you need to have some insurance of some sort. The school does offer Cigna insurance, which I know, as someone who has Cigna, that Cigna has a pretty good mental health policy, as I've been seeing a therapist since first grade. But yeah, don't neglect your mental health. It's important. So if it means taking time off, like a mental health day, you just email your teacher and then bake something really awesome, do it. Baking is fun. Everyone enjoys baking. Everyone likes cookies. Not a bad idea, right? Fifth, and I believe, in my opinion, this is the most important to be successful in the industry, not necessarily at CalArts, but it helps. Do not burn bridges at all. You may hate someone. You may hate your professor. You may hate your cohort. You may hate your peer. You may hate your fellow student. Whatever you don't like about them and you hate it, don't burn bridges with them. You know, you may need them one day. You know, you may never want to collab with this person, but you may need the good word. You know, this is especially with professors. A lot of the professors and teachers at CalArts are in the industry. That's how they got the job, because they're known in the industry. And if you burn a bridge just because you don't like the professor or you're doing badly in their class, doesn't mean that you'll do that well in the industry. That's an issue I had, was I burned a lot of bridges with my fellow students because I thought they didn't like me and they didn't really like me, but I was kind of immature about it, and I was kind of a toxic friend. But yeah, don't do that. Don't burn bridges. You know, you may get into a huge falling out with someone and they may really hurt your feelings. And you may need time away from them, and that's good to take that space that you need, but just don't burn all the bridges, because, you know, that person who blew up on you may need you later on, and because they burned that bridge with you, they're not going to get it. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video in Box City about how not to be a student at CalArts. Yes, there's going to be a lot more points on how to not be a bad student at CalArts, but those are the main ones I thought of that would have really helped me when I was a first year to stay in the school. Now, I'm going to let you know I wasn't kicked out. I didn't fail. I just had some poor mental health issues. I took medical leave, And then I never came back because of my poor mental health. That being said, do your best, try hard, and fear no art.